Okay, I think we are just going to start the class now while others join us. It's as if because it's Easter holiday, people are still at the Owambe. Today's Owambe is special because it's Easter holiday. All right, thank you all very much for being a part of this program. That's the HR Steward GYS boot camp that's been running for the past 4 weeks. The GYS boot camp, full meaning, which is get yourself the right skills, a specially designed training program, a boot camp for all professionals from various fields that is designed for them to unlock their career potentials, build strong professional relationships, and get the right kind of skills to add more value to the organization where they work, either as an employee or as the employer. And we've had 7 courses, 7 modules so far, or is it 5? With participants from all over the world, like from 4 or 5 countries now. We've had from Italy, we've had from Germany, Nigeria, US, and also India. Yes. Did I have anybody join from Canada? I'm not sure about that, but it's been an awesome boot camp for all the professionals coming from the various feedback that I've received so far, and I know several feedback is also coming in. Today's class, I'm the first facilitator for today's class. And we'll be looking at something that is very important to you as a professional in whatever field. We'll be looking at career planning and future growth, and that is the topic for today's class. One of the topics, actually. I'll be calling in another facilitator shortly. So today we are looking at career planning and future growth. Why are we here? Why are we looking at career planning and future growth? Number 1 is to expand existing learning skill set in order to enhance performance in current role, potentiality for advancement along career paths. I believe that many of us here are professionals, and we've through our many years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years of being at the workplace, we've gained some skill sets along the line. So we're going to look at how to advance in those skill sets and learn more. Then also to gain employability skills. These days, employers don't just want somebody who wants to just come and be told everything to be done. It's not just giving your terms of reference, but employers want people who are creative, whose creativity skills will bring more to the table of their working place. So you need to ensure you are continually gaining employability skills. Either you are an employer or employee, or someone who is looking forward to being employed. So that is one of the reasons why we'll also be taking this course today. Now, what is career planning and future growth? In simple terms, Prof, please, can we see the slides? Can we see the slide on the screen, please? It's not showing again. Prof, can you hear me? The slide is not showing again. Okay, so we are what is career planning and future growth? In simple terms, career planning or growth is when you figure out what you want your career path to look like and what you have to do to make it happen. What are those things you are looking out for in your career growth and how you intend to make it happen. In our first boot camp, during this GYS 2024 first edition, I shared on career phases, 6 phases of career trajectory. And one of the things, the first phase is the seeing phase, which I said is between your 1 to 3 years in the office place as a professional. And this during this period is when you see things, when you form the kind of career you want to build. And then again, today we are talking about career planning growth. So it's when you figure out what you want your career path to look like and what you have been doing to make it happen. So if you want to be a coach, if you want to be an HR manager, if you want to be an educationist, you want to be a business manager, what are those things that you are doing to ensure you make this come to pass? You want to be an engineer, in the engineering field, we have several kind. We have the one of mechanical, we have electrical. Which area do you want to focus on? Even in the HR field, do you want to focus on training? Do you want to be an HR generalist, or you want to focus on training? You want to focus on recruitment? So this is what is all about when it comes to career planning. You are choosing the career path you want to follow in your career field. Then 2, future growth refers to the steps you take to improve yourself through learning and development. That is acquiring new skills, gaining more knowledge, and expanding one's abilities to take on new challenges. So now that you decided what career do you want to, what part of career you want to go, so you are planning it. You are giving it a future. You are planning it. You are putting together the steps you are taking. You want to take to ensure you do well in your career. One of those steps you're doing is improving your skills, adding more knowledge to what you already know. Attending this kind of training, using the internet. The Google is there now, where you can search, research, and get more knowledge. Going for professional courses, such as things you do for the future growth of your career. I at a time had to go to do for my masters. I had to do some professional courses. Even presently doing my doctoral research. So these are things because of where I want my career to be. So I have to equip myself, get new skills and all of that. So examples of career planning: training and professional development. I've mentioned that. You're looking at, you want to be what kind of skills you should get to build, to expand your career for future growth. CIPM, CHRP, ICANN, PMP. You're getting this. I have to also do my PMI. So you're getting these professional courses to expand your knowledge so that you can do better in your career. All of this, you are doing it because you have a focus of where you want your career to be. If you are an educationist, take for instance, there are courses that you are expected to take to expand in your career, depending on which part of educational aspects you're looking at. Are you looking at training elderly people? Are you looking at training the younger ones? Even among the younger ones, what is your specific area? Is it those that are in their scenes, phases? That's the ages 1 to 7, 1 to 5, or you're looking at ages 10 to 17? So with this, having this in mind, you're looking at what kind of professional courses can I take or should I take to improve in this knowledge. So those are examples of career planning. You are planning your career with getting the right kind of skills. Being in a program like this is also one of it. Also, you are getting a mentor. Through mentoring and coaching programs, you get yourself a mentor that will put you through. Looking when you're looking for a mentor, you're looking at after you have decided your career path. So you are not looking at you look out for people who have done well in that area of your career that you have chosen. So you get yourself a good mentor, and also through succession planning. To build your career, you can't do it all alone. If you're working in a place, you have to ensure you train the people under you, and that is what succession planning is all about. You can't be master of all. You have to train your staff members, your team members, your associates in some particular areas. Take for instance, I know how I have to develop train some of my staff members, my team members on recruitment, because at a time I have to stop handling recruitment. I'm no longer the one coming out, putting the files together, putting the questions together. Sometimes I'm just called up on to appear on the panel. So through this, you are planning your career. These are examples of planning career. You look at your mentor, you get yourself a mentor and a coach. Then also through your succession planning, like I was saying, I have to train my employees, my associates, my team members on specific areas that I feel I should be dropping as I move on in my career. I remember during my birthday how they were all saying, okay, this kind of training, they've gotten it from me, thanking me and all of that. Even my boss thanking me for how I push the team members, the staff members to get on the job and get the job done. That's all about succession planning. So if you're looking at expanding and growing your career, these are some of the career future plan you need to have for yourself. You must train the people under you. Must invest into the people under you. So again, we are looking at how to create a professional development plan. How to create a professional development plan. To effectively create a professional development plan, the following are required. 1, self-assessment. You have to evaluate yourself. What are your skills? What do you think you are good at? Over the years, what are the things you are being involved with in the workplace, even in your career path? What are those things that you have been told either by your superior or your teammates or team members, the things that they have told you are good at? You do a self-assessment, you evaluate yourself. What even for yourself, what skills have you gathered over the years, as a business development manager? Take for instance, what aspect of the business development have you mastered? So with that, it can help. If you, by the time you determine that, it can help you to create a career path for yourself, building your career growth. And also set SMART goals. We all know what SMART goal is about: be specific, measurable and achievable, relevant and timely. How are you setting goals for yourself, for your career growth? Then we also look at how to choose. I know for me, I have to set a particular goal for myself that once I'm over 10 years in the workplace, these are the things I would like to start doing. These are the things I would like to start, and this is one of it I'm doing now. Investing myself, not just into my immediate co-workers, but even beyond the workplace where I am. And in our very first boot camp, this edition of the first edition, this 2024, I shared on career trajectory paths, and the 6 of them: the seeing phase. Then on the third phase, which is the what did I call the third phase again? Yeah, the third phase is the gosh, I should remember. They actually divided them into what my career path, what I've done through my career path, the things that I've gone through in the career path. The third phase, you have the same phase. The third phase is the it will come to me. The third phase. The third phase is actually the phase where you are is a break or make off phase. I want to remember the name I gave it. The third phase is a break or make off phase where a lot of things are coming to you and you're like, what can I do? At this period, you have to go back to the drawing board and think of several other things you have done to get to this particular phase. And at that phase, you are looking at building others, those that are facing the kind of things you have faced. You're looking at putting those things into them. You're looking at putting those things into them. That's the shedding phase. I call it the shedding phase. That's the third phase. The first phase is the same phase. The second phase, the shedding phase. Then the third phase is shedding phase. So when I was at my shedding phase, which was over 10 years of my career, there were things I've gone through that were not so palatable. This shedding phase for me, is every visionary will be on this shedding phase in your career path. I in my scene and serving phase, people were really praising me. You're doing so much. I received several recognitions at work and all of that. But when I got to my shedding phase, which was over 10 years, I realized that there were the things that people were praising me for. It wasn't really like that again. So I have to go back to the drawing board and see, why did people stop complimenting me? Why did I stop getting all those recognition I was getting? So I realized that I actually need to improve on my skills. At this point, I become even closer to God. At this point, I have to give my source attention. I look at what are my sources. What were those things I was doing in my sin and serving phase that made me got the recognition I got? I have to learn a lot of things. I become so close to God. I have to learn and unlearn. So I don't want to go too much into that. I brought that in because of what we're talking about on how to assess yourself, do a self-assessment for yourself to ensure your professional development as part of your professional development plan, and also setting smart goals for yourself. We're saying, where do you want to be after some certain years in the workplace? So let's also look at how to choose a career. Remember, our topic we're looking at now is career planning and future growth. So now I want to look at how to choose a career. There's 6 things you can look at. It can be more, but for this purpose of this class, I'm looking at 6 things. Your passion and skills. What do you love to do? What do you love to do? Looking at how you've done so well in the workplace. What are those things you love to do? I've gone through several assignments, several tasks in the workplace. I've been a receptionist. I've been an office manager. I've been a facility manager. I've been a finance manager, actually finance officer. I've been a payroll officer. I've been human resources. Presently, I've now streamlined into human resources manager and operations manager. But more in the office where I work, I do more of operations. Though I have the part of training, I do more of operations and training. Training the staff members, the global staff members, professionally in their area of work, whatever field they are in, to ensure they receive the right skill sets. So you too, you're looking at, okay, depending on what you do, maybe you're a business manager, or you are an educationist, you're an accountant. As an accountant, which area are you good at? Will you take on to auditing, or you just want to do the daily normal accounting, which is just balancing the records? You look at, to determine to choose this career path, you look at what you have done so well, what you have been good at. If you are an human resources manager, what have you been good at in the different areas of human resources management? Are you good at training? Are you good at recruitment? Are you good at payroll? Are you good at what other aspect of human resources? Are you good at talent management, which is also has to do with training a bit? Are you good at staff welfare? Are you good at staff welfare? With that, once you'll be able to know what's your passion and skills, you can know what you should do. And what values and goals? What are your values and goals? Then your educational course and training. Which area have you trained yourself more in all of these paths you have chosen as your career? So because now you're planning your career, your future growth in your career. So at this point you have to choose which one do you want to pick. You're also looking at the potential salary. What salary? Which one has the highest salary? This now human resources people, we are earning better than before. So you're looking at which area of human resources management earn more? Is it payroll? Is it training? Is it recruitment? Then you reflect on what you have done in your current and past working experiences. What have you, just like I said before, what are those things you've done and you've done so well based on your work appraisal or your self-appraisal? And also, I always tell professionals, once you get to over 10 years, you must be doing things that you can monetize. You can monetize your skills. So you're looking at it, you're planning your career growth, you're looking at this as well. So let's go to something else. Another part of this course is what is a skill set? Please, if I'm too fast or you have a question, you can just raise your hand or unmute yourself to speak. What is a skill set? After you've identified and reviewed your career, the next thing you want to do, of course, is to determine the kind of skill sets you require to improve in order to thrive in this career path. So what is a skill set? A skill set is a collection of skills and abilities. Individual has different skill sets depending on their interest, natural abilities, personal qualities, and technical skills. So then again, what are these skill sets that you think you're good at? Depending on your interest or your natural abilities. For me, I know I have these natural abilities of staff welfare, of welfare. Have interest in people management, people development, and that is why I've had to streamline my career path to this area of my natural abilities. So you're looking at your natural ability, your personal ability, qualities, and technical skills. Okay, looking at technical skills, you're an engineer, or even some people really, even though part of the reason why even though they didn't go to school to study engineering, they are just naturally talented about electricals. Even though they didn't study electrical and engineering in school, you see them, they are the ones that are good at. You want to connect something in the house, they'll just be there. And I have a nephew of mine. He didn't study electrical in school. He actually did programming, but he's very good when it comes to electrical. Anything in the house, before you know it, he just carries. He will carry the what they call this thing again. He will carry the you shall carry all the gadgets they used to connect. To unlock and he will carry the tester and all of that, start unlocking and everything. Then before you know it, he has fixed it. For me, I'm not like that. I in fact last month I learned, and I have to forcefully ensure that I know how to fix the bulb in my house. If I need to fix it, I have to get my electrician, because I'm not naturally, I don't have that kind of ability. So even technical skills, So to simply put, skills are ability to develop through life and work experiences. I just shared my own work experiences and life experience and how I have to now streamline it to what I know I'm good at, both at the workplace and also my life experience. So as you are in this class, you can start putting down, if you are not already creating this career path for yourself, you can do an analysis of an assessment of yourself, of what are your area of strengths. Either you're looking at your natural abilities or your technical abilities, the areas through the knowledge and experience you've gathered over the years, either at the workplace or through life. So you can do an assessment of yourself on that. Then we're looking at types of skill sets. There's a combination of both, and there are two main skill sets that I would like to talk about: the hard and the soft skill sets. Number one is the transferable skills. These are skills that you apply to any job, irrespective of the industry. They are typically soft skills such as problem solving, communications, negotiation skills. This, either you're an engineer, you are an accountant, you are a professor, you are an HR manager, you're a business manager, you need these skills. You need these soft skills. You have to be good in the area of communications. You have to have good negotiation skills to be able to deliver on the job, irrespective of your skill. And of course, problem solving skill is a critical skill employers look out for in every employees. So these are skills you must ensure you have, to improve, to unlock and improve your potential at the workplace. The second type of skill set is the job specific skills. These are skills required for a certain post, and it includes both hard and soft skills. This is gained through your education and job experiences. Of course, if there's a particular way you have to communicate. If you are a receptionist, if you are a front desk manager, there's a skill you have to learn. But even though it's communication skill, it must be advanced more than people who are just learning it because of the general skill you should have in the workplace, irrespective of your field. Also, specific skill set you should have because of your of the area of work you are handling in the office. Take for instance, if you are what professional should I pick? An accountant. You must have good analytical skills. You must have, even though these analytical skills, I'll go to that in the course of this class, is one of the key things that employers are looking for in any employee now, even from the interview panel. And even if you have passed, even if you're already working in the company, they always want to, in the appraisal, they always want to see your level of analytical skills, how you analyze data. And an example is what you've analyzed. You are going to have to give them what you've analyzed. So if you are an accountant, you must be very vast in your critical thinking, your analytical thinking skills. These are job specific skills you should have. And also, if you're into human resources, you must have this particular skill, which is very key for even as a professional, which is an empathy skill. Very important as a leader. If you want to go far in your leadership role in the organization, you must have empathy. And particularly if you are a human resources person, you must have empathy skills to be able to lead well, to be able to manage well the human resources in your organization. Now we're going to be looking at types of, still looking at types of skill set. The third one is hybrid skills. This is a combination of both the transferable skills and the job specific skills, and every employer expects you to have these skills. An example is the customer skills or communication skills. Again, customer skills, if you're there's nobody that works in an organization that don't interface with a customer one way or the other. So this customer skill is an important thing. Even if you are a human resources manager, the employees of the organization are your first customers. So you must have this skill, this hybrid skill, which is a combination of both the transferable and the job specific skills we spoke about earlier. And of course, the communication skills, whether you are a front desk manager, whatever role, whatever profession you are into in the workplace, the hybrid skill is also very important for us to have. An example which I gave is the customer skills and the communication skills. Now we're going to look at we are still looking at the how to develop and improve your skill sets. Another way is take continuous training in career related fields. Having known how to develop your skills, having known what skill sets are and different kind of skill sets. So now you are looking at how you're developing these skill sets. One of the ways is take continuous training, which is one of this one we are having right now, the GYS training bootcamp. And of course, later on, that will be next month in May. No, not April, May. We'll be having another bootcamp, which is building great team, BGT. It encompasses a lot of things. If you're looking at building your leadership skills at the workplace, you are into human resources, you're looking at policy, how to develop policies, and lots more. It will generally help you build great team in an office. You are a team leader. Even if you are a CEO or a COO, or if you are a CEO or an MD, the BGT GYS bootcamp is something that will come in handy to help with the course modules we've put together there. Another way you can also improve your skills is through mentoring and coaching. We shared on that earlier. You get yourself a mentor. That's one of the things we do in the HR Steward Academy. You look out for people who are already doing well in the area of your career you have set apart for yourself, and you make those people your mentor and coach. You also enroll for online site program. You also set for yourself measurable goals. You set yourself measurable goals for your career. This will help you keep in track with your development and career path. You're setting a goal for yourself. Okay, first 5 years of my career, where do I want to be? After the 5 years, what do I want to be doing? Like that. You have a specific goal for yourself. Now, because the thing is that the growth, the prices you have to pay, growth doesn't just come. It comes with a price. It's not a miracle. It's an application of the right principles. And some of those principles are the things we've shared earlier. We are still sharing on how to improve your skill sets. Networking, that's something I didn't mention. Network, join a professional association, like the GYS Bootcamp, like several of other professional groups that you are in already, which you surround yourself with like-minded people that will help you, network rightly. This networking thing for me, I've really used it. I have really used it. The person that took us last week on payroll processing and management, it was through my networking that I got to meet him. We've known each other now for over 5 years or so. and I can count the number of times he's seen. But because of my networking with him, if I call him, sir, I need to do this expert, he will gladly do it for me without collecting a dime. You know, I've had, even in fact, the same thing with Professor Dr. Kenny. I've had several, even the person that took us on, that came from Ovalu, that took us on strategic thinking, work design, and all of that. I got them through my networking. So I'm sharing this with you to let you see the power of networking in the group where you are. Take for example the HR Steward group. How are you networking with others that are also? How are you networking with others that are also in your area of field, that are in the same field with you? And that's why I always encourage us, if you are in this particular field, let us know, so that you can, I don't have to be the only one talking in the group. For a webinar like this, I can call you to come and share with us. You can tell us your area of expertise and share with us. You share your knowledge with us, because we're all professionals. That's why we join this kind of networking group. Another way is you focus time on your career accelerator. This career accelerator thing, for me, I don't joke with it. To improve my skill, I have done it this year. Like, I will write down what are career accelerators. I'll write down what my career accelerators are and send it to my orga. I always review it, like every 3 months. I will send it to my boss that, these are the things that I feel earn me highest on my job. Can somebody unmute and tell me what your career accelerators are? I think I've been talking for too long. I like my class to be interactive. You can either unmute yourself and tell us, or you post on the group to tell us what your career accelerators are. Maybe I should share briefly on what I should actually explain what career accelerators are. Career accelerators are things that earn you reward in the office. They earn you rewards, recognition, and promotion. And these are your KPI actually. They are your key performance indicators. An example is, as an HR manager, a typical example is recruiting the right kinds of candidates. Giving them the right kind of onboarding process, providing appropriate training for employees with high return on investment. So your as an HR manager, what kind of training, the kind of training you are giving to the employees, what's the return on investment? That is your career accelerator. You are going to define it by yourself and continuously review it. And this is something you must focus on and take seriously in the workplace to earn you rewards and recognition, even promotion. So this is very key, and it's actually part of our class test during this GYS bootcamp. I'm going to be posting the entire assignment on the group by next week. I'll do it on Monday, since Monday is a public holiday for us, so we can be able to give time to it and attend to the test assessment. So you focus as a business manager. One of your career accelerator is how you are helping the business to grow and become profitable quickly. When you are made the business manager, what are those things you're doing that is making the organization hit their profit margin? That is your career accelerator. So you will focus on it. You analyze it either by yourself. If you have a team of people working with you, you are going to put this career accelerator into their face. Everybody should know what their career accelerator is as an individual and as a team. You as a team head and as a team, you let them know, okay, this is our career accelerator. If not, everybody in this team must be doing this X, Y, Z to ensure that our team is always at the forefront. If you are a facility manager in an organization, one of your career accelerator can be ensuring that the facility meets compliance standards and government regulations. There must be best practices maintenance culture. If you're a facility manager, your office is no fire extinguisher. What is that? That is part of your career accelerator. You must ensure you are familiar with the policies, the facility policies that is in your that is in place in your country where you work. You must practice best practices. You must have best practices maintenance culture. Every office should have their fire extinguisher. Every offices should have good. Every employees, every staff member should have good chairs. There are chairs. There are different kind of chairs. There are particular kind of chair that should be used in the office. It's called ergonomics chairs. The one that when the staff sits on, particularly those staff members that sit for long to carry out their assignments, you must give them the right kind of chairs to sit on. You are a facility manager. You should be able to determine the right kind of paint for an office, depending on depending on the job role of the staff in a particular office. Some people who are into graphics, the creativity group of people in the office, there's a particular paint that their office should have. They shouldn't be dull wall paint. It should be bright white. There's a particular lighting an office environment should have. So as a facility manager, these are your career accelerators that when anybody comes into your organization as a facility manager, you're already seeing those things. And this is something you must ensure you do well on, because it's your career accelerator. So career accelerator, you don't joke with it in the office. So whatever I might not have mentioned an example for you here. If you feel you don't know what your career accelerator is, if I didn't mention your profession, don't hesitate to contact me, whether you are sending it on the group or you send it to me privately. Let me help you. That is why I'm a career coach. I can help you determine what your career accelerators are, irrespective of wherever profession you are into. If you are a marketing manager, you must ensure the company constantly meets revenue goals in accordance to the organizational goals. You're a marketing manager. You must say, if the company wants us to, if you are into, let's say you are into sales of, let me use fire extinguisher again because we can count. You are supposed to ensure that 1,000 or 100,000, depending on the capacity of your company, is sold as the marketing manager this particular month, in a particular month. That is your career accelerator. Then what are you going to do? What are you doing to ensure your career accelerator, you constantly meet it? You must draw it on paper. You must be constantly reviewing your career accelerator, because this your career accelerator will earn you money, will earn you recognition, will earn you bonus, will earn you promotion. So in whatever you do for your career development, for your career growth, your career accelerator, please, don't joke with your career accelerator. Even as the CEO or the business owner, what is your career accelerator? You have a career accelerator as the CEO. You have a career accelerator as the business owner. You need to identify those career accelerators. As a CEO or as the business owner or the MD, your career accelerator is to constantly ensure that the organization meets its objectives, its aims and objectives. So, and what are those things that you are expected to do? You must ensure you have review meetings with your team member. You must ensure you set smart goals for your team leads. You must have review. You must be accessible as the MD to ensure the organization goals and objectives are met, because that is one of your key career accelerator. So then the next thing, which is the final, with the next we'll be looking at on how to add value to organization, is increase your earning potential by replacing value with money. As professionals, you can earn more values, add more value to organization in many ways. One is, in many ways, increase your earning potential by replacing value with money. You help your company, your organization, to save money. This you can do through several ways, whether through negotiation skills. You improve your negotiation skills. A company, you want to do something for your company, and they have submitted the budget. The person has submitted the invoice. You can negotiate down well. Improve on your negotiation skills by negotiating down the bill. With that, you are adding value to your company because you are saving them money. You're saving them money. You're saving them money. You help the company to make more money, either through your career accelerator or through your negotiation skills. And then one major way again that I also don't take lightly, aside from the career accelerator, is executive presence. You build strong executive presence in the workplace through training and raising leaders and having proper succession plan. I shared earlier on succession plan, and your EP. One of the ways your EP, your executive presence, one of the ways you show that also in the workplace is empathy. I'm going to share more on that. Before I go to the next module in this class, do you have any question? Any question? Okay, I'll wait till the end of the class then. Employability skills employers look for. For the purpose of this class, I'll be sharing on top 5 employability skills. Number 1 is the critical thinking and problem skills, professionalism and strong work ethics, teamwork and collaboration, oral written communications, executive presence. Very, very important. If you have been in the workplace for 4-5 years, your executive presence must be key. It's something that your employer will be looking out for at this time. Now let's look at each one of them. Number 1 is the critical. Number 1 employability skills employers are looking for now is critical thinking and problem solving skills. This is the ability that you use to your knowledge, facts, and data to effectively solve problems. To effectively solve problems, you have your creativity skills is high. Employers are looking at, they are looking at how you are thinking outside the box and your confidence level. How are you making suggestions during those review meetings? How are you confident to voice out ideas and initiatives? What are your initiatives? How are you providing initiatives, innovations, making innovations or initiatives in the workplace doesn't have to be you bringing up something entirely new. It can be something that somebody is already doing, but you now suggested, you come up with an initiative of doing it better. Take for instance, if in your organization you have been using Excel for your payroll, you can suggest that we should not be using the electric the technical payroll, instead of the electronic payroll, rather, instead of using the manual. You can make that suggestion, and particularly when you're letting them know that it's not going to cost that much, and let them see the benefits. If you are in class last week, the facilitator that shared with us what the benefits of the technical payroll is to the manual payroll. So you are making such suggestions. You are thinking outside the box. Employers want to see these creativity skills, these critical thinking skills in every employers. Number 2 is the professionalism and strong work ethics. How strong are your work ethics? What is your personal brand? Because your professionalism this is how you maintain personal brand in alignment with organizational and personal career values. You must be prepared and demonstrate dependent. E.g., an example is your punctuality to work. For me, as an executive in the workplace, as a professional in the workplace, what are you known for? What's your personal brand? Are you known for always coming early or always coming late? Are you that one that when they call for a meeting, they will be waiting for you to show up? That's not good personal brand. That's not brand, rather. That's not good professionalism and strong work ethics. And this is one of the things that employers are looking at for. For me, even though I've spent over 20 years in the workplace, this is my 23rd year, I still ensure my punctuality to work is key. This last month, February, I won the most compliant staff in report submission, attendance to work, and to all meetings. And to crown it all, for my department, I am the second person to the director of my department. And I'm still winning the most compliant staff. So, because this is a personal brand I've given myself. And also personal brand in terms of your dressing to work. As a profession, what are you known to just dress anyhow to the office? It shouldn't be. Because we're looking at what the things employers are looking out for to ensure you maintain employability skills. Some people are being relieved of their duties. Maybe they're not even sacked, but they are being relieved of some duties in the workplace because of how they dress, because of their communication, because they don't have a good personal brand. Some people, they want to give, I've heard it, my boss has told me several that there's some people that they want to put in so place area, but when they look at the way the person dressed to the office, the person is good on the job, the person have the technical skills, but the person doesn't have a good professional work ethics. What's your integrity when you say you're going to deliver so the project at so time? This is the lifeline that has been given to you gave it to yourself. Are you known for delivering it at that time? These are things we can look at if you want to be good at the workplace, and if you're looking at advancing your career as a professional. Another thing is your teamwork and collaboration skills. Are you that kind of person that people like to work with in a group? When they put you in a group, as staff member, depending on do they like to work with you as a team member? You as a professional, employers are looking out for somebody that when they put on that as a team leader, they are sure that you will drive the team, push the team with empathy to ensure they deliver at the lifeline. I call it lifeline, I don't call it deadline. or maybe you call it deadline in the organization where you work, they ensure that they deliver that project promptly. Or you are that team leader or team member that when they gave a project to do, this project will be everlasting. It's not a good thing at the workplace. So if you are that kind of person, I don't think there's anybody like that in this group. If you are that, you can please improve on it after this class. And you should be that kind of a person that people want to work with. People want to work with you. Then what's the difference between teamwork and collaboration? Teamwork combines individual efforts, while collaboration is working well with others, all to achieve a common goal. Is about building relationships. As a professional or executive people should look forward, like I said, like people should look forward working with you. You should build strong team. You learn this more when you join the DGT bootcamp that we'll be having in May. Then another employability skills is leadership. My definition of leadership is about handling people to become effective, efficient, credible, and happy. Happy people, happy life. Don't be that leader that people are afraid of. They can't express themselves when they're in front of you. Yes, leadership, you should be in control, but empower people around you through providing guidance, support, and inspiration to the people that surround you through your executive presence. Employers are also looking out for employers who are, whether they're already whether they're already in the system or they just want to employ them, who has good executive presence. And this is a key thing as well. What is the executive presence? Executive presence can be defined in various ways, but what I say is the ability to inspire confidence in others and engaging others to follow a clear vision. Irrespective of your job role, irrespective of your profession, you must have good executive presence to inspire others with confidence, share with them. How do you develop how to create executive presence? Show empathy, care about the people that works with you, care about your teammates, care about your subordinates, your people that are higher above you. Be calm, be confident. That's a good way of showing good EP. It's not, you have good body language. Be a good motivator. Help people who are around you. And you know what? It's not only in the workplace you can show good executive presence. You can also show it in the family place, in your neighborhood, amongst your neighbor. Be a good motivator. Be somebody that people can always walk up to. Of course, vulnerability. In being vulnerable, though, it doesn't mean that you should share a lot of things with all of your things with your team members or your associates. Share a bit of your life experiences, like I had to share mine at the beginning of the class. Share a bit of your life experience. Let them know. And one of the things it does for your team members, when you share with them your beginning experiences as a career person in the workplace, when you share with them, you give them hope, of how you are able to push through the workplace. And it also will inspire and guide them. Remember, I said executive presence is about guiding people, inspiring them, inspiring confidence into others. And now let's quickly run through this 2024 other employability skills employers are focusing on. Even though we have the AI, the artificial intelligence that performs everything, but employers are still focusing on this aspect of employee skills. Entrepreneurial skills. Have good entrepreneurial skills as an employee. They want to see that if they give you a target, do you take ownership or you are just that kind of staff that or employee that ogota, sorry, permit me to speak Yoruba, ogota owó aláàárọ̀ àpè. It's not supposed to be. You must take ownership of the work, of the project, of the task that is given to you, to ensure that you always meet up. Have empathy. How do you have empathy with? I've talked about empathy. Executive, your creativity again. I've shared on creativity. Problem solving skills. How do your problem solving skills? Are you able to assess different problems and be able to solve it at the same time? Employer want to see your system thinking, being able to assess quickly and be able to resolve problems through working with people. Your presentation skills, you need to improve on it. Do you know how to use PowerPoint? These days we have a lot of meetings online, even at the workplace. When COVID came, a lot of things is being done online. Your digital literacy, your financial literacy skill. How good are you with money? How good are you with money? How good are you with money? I shared on how you can save money, save the organization money through your negotiation skills, which is something that is good, which is something that you should focus on to ensure your career acceleration at the workplace. Now let's just quickly look through different kind of CV. Two types of CV. You know that even though you are working, doesn't mean you should not always review and improve on your CV. I know we have some people who are also looking for a job in this group. So that's why this part of that's why we are taking this topic in this class as well. Okay, so let's just quickly look at types of CV. Skills focused CV. This is useful for career changers, school leavers, or people in gaps in work history. If you are not being in the work, or if you maybe you have to stop working to go to school, or you have not been in the workplace for some time, your CV has to be tailored as a skills focused area. Then work focused skill, those that you are working, you have good work experience, and you're looking at progressing to the next stage of your career. You have to tailor your CV in this area. What are those things that you should ensure you have in your CV? Aside the normal stuffs on CV, which is name, contacts, work experience, blah, blah, blah. You should tailor your CV to specific job description. I've told a lot of my mentees this. When you're looking for a job or you want to change your job, don't just maintain one CV. If you're applying for a particular, there's a vacancy, and you should look through the vacancy and try as much as possible to review your CV and adjust it to suit the particular post you are applying for. Highlight your achievements and with quantifiable results in your CV. Don't just put your tasks, don't just put your work experience, but must also show what your achievement, what you have achieved. An example is, I organized a training for 20 new recruits, and this reduced the rate of employees turnover by 95%. When an employer see this on your CV, they know that this person knows what she's doing. This person has made a remarkable impact